These two chapters of Fairy Tail will shock us to the core that we have never seen before. In chapter 502, where you last picked up where Alien extracting the powers of Fairy Heart from Mavis. However, Zera wants to have a final conversation with her. Turns out that the real Zera came because the fake, because the Zera that he talked with Alien was illusion. So was Mavis. Turns out that before she put her clothes on, she sent a projection of herself upstairs so she could escape. Turns out that, well, it would actually appears that Zera sent Alien to hunt her down, but not wounded hunt, which she agrees. Outside the guild hall, she climbed out to the mountain, which we seen a map of the guild hall, the army, and the allies. And Mavis is in the middle of the mountain. However, she was saved by Mess by teleporting her away from the area. At the battlefield, Joy was down on the ground, but Jet told her to get up. However, Joy say that this is the last of him. Just soon, Gajeel came and rescued Joy, and Lily actually joined in too, and so was Levy. However, Levy kicked Gajeel because she'd say that she promised they'll take her back to the guild, and he better not break it. I mean, that is true. You cannot actually break a promise after you make it. So he'll stick with it. So they actually meet Zera. However, she's still a projection. I mean, she's still an illusion that created by Mavis. After all, she was dead on the Timor's Island, which Mavis noticed it too, how they all meet. So they actually meet again on astral planes. So her consciousness is still living inside of Mavis. So Gajeel, Levy, Lily, Joy, and Jet are actually getting ready to hear the story of the first of Mavis, the origin of the Fairy Tail, which we actually see the origins in the Fairy Tail Zero anime. And so they're getting ready to take back the guild. Meanwhile, in the underground room, where we actually seen Lucy tied up and unconscious by Mary, who blamed her for killing Randy, but she was the one who killed her. However, Randy was actually alive. Poor Yusuka and Evergreen Miyaware. She was actually injured but alive. However, poor Yusuka say that the tumor that she shrank inside of Natsu isn't any Nero. It was something more sinister, which we actually seen her tie up. We actually seen Mary tie up Natsu as well, but still unconscious, holding a knife to her head. A knife to his head. But that tumor was actually something much dangerous in episode 503. And now in this chapter, we actually seen Lucy waking up, seeing her find herself tied up, and then she actually seen Natsu, which Mary actually came up behind her. Then she actually say because of her she actually will actually kill Lucy, but after all kill Natsu. However, he's still unconscious. If he's actually moving, he would actually defeat her. But then she came close to Lucy, holding a knife to her eyes, getting ready to cut her eyes out. However, she was actually saying that if she still haven't seen her eyes, she will still see the smiles. Remember the smile faces of people around her, and remember the sights. She actually begs Mary to cut her eyes out, which she replied. However, we actually seen Lucy on the ground, being untied. Blood came out of her face. However, she could still see, but the blood isn't hers. It was Mary, who actually between the wall and the wall getting burned because she realized Natsu have untangled her, have actually awakened, and then actually struck. Then he actually being her, which turns out that all that power came from E.N.D, the demon that Tartaros is trying to resurrect. However, she made up with Happy, Poryusuka, Evergreen, and Randy, which she blames Mary for injuring her, and now she actually say bind her up. However, she said that the tumor was actually something that was attacking what Natsu has something awakened from it. It's actually E.N.D. However, E.N. is a demonic power. However, Natsu became E.N.D because he actually is in Natsu Dragneel. So Natsu, with all the fiery demon power inside of him, building up and getting ready to go to Seraph. However, Gray is there and blocking his path, and Natsu getting ready to fight Gray. Ice demon, fire demon, pow, getting ready to attack each other. Who knows? Nobody knows. So, like this video, subscribe for more, and then comment what you think about the chapters. And if you actually think that Natsu became E.N.D, let's just pray that he will become E.N.D, so we get to see what his abilities look, what his appearance look like. Till then, this is E.B. Games Guide, you're saying sign out. Laters!